Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm just realized we don't have our microphones on, and so I'm going to turn up the volume. Hopefully that'll help. So welcome to, what do we call this? Crystal painting and diamond mosaic art. Brian and I are doing something new. Again, as we, every week, when we do our lives, do we do art, right?
We sure do. And thank you so kindly for joining us for today.
Yeah, we've done some, a few different things. I guess I won't ramble on about that. We'll just get started. Today, I'm going to I'm going to try my best to do this, what's called the diamond mosaic. Okay, it came out of this box. And I don't know, Brian, you picked it up somewhere on your journey.
And myself is some flying creature. That's like and why they look they could look a little more childish to you out there. But again, as Martina said, this is our very first time. And they always recommend do not start something over your head. Like start it as a beginner. And this is basically what these are. Two beginner kits.
Exactly.
For two that have never picked up diamond art before.
We actually watched some YouTube videos yesterday. And I want to give credit to Crystal Crafts with D and Diamond Painting Lisa, Studio Sam, Diamond Delight, and Rachel Ray. And we learned a lot. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shape the computer, fold it down, so you can actually see what we're doing. Okay, Brian, you weren't really on the computer last time, but this time you are. Okay. And I'm also videotaping on the phone because I hope to, this time on my video, add some other angles. Going live and then putting your experiences on YouTube is quite an art. So, okay, Brian, what do we have going here? What I learned yesterday is that we got to fold the paper down, and then we're going to pick up, this would be dark blue, would be picking up one of these crystals. Oh, I see what you're saying, because I don't have,
yes, you have
I
a little
think
tray,
I need to put them in here. So first I put some of this pink stuff in
the
here.
wax.
Thank you, the wax. It's in here. Now I'm going to put the blue in this little tray.
This little pen will pick up the beads. Once you dip it in some wax. And the picture it's actually going on is sticky already.
Ooh, right on.
And another method they showed us is it doesn't matter if it's a letter, envelope, or just a ruler. But to get started, they recommend you put something across the top, and that will keep your pattern straight. And also, I do not have any. I need a little piece of tape to hold this sticky.
You have some double tape?
It won't stick.
Oh, you need some different tape?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll fold back the plastic, and we will be able to continue here.
Okay. The other thing we learned is to go in a pattern where we place one, leave one, not place one. Do you remember what that was called, Brian?
Checker.
Okay. We are
Checker
a great
pattern.
team. Checker pattern. And I'm not sure I remember why, but there is a reason for it. And for better placement of, oh, this one doesn't want to stick. And so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to just talk to you about a few things. We're not sure if we're going to get this whole experience.
And so one of another thing that you will need when you get started is, from the dollar stores out there, craft stores, is they recommend you have little containers to put all these beads or crystals once you open them into. Because, for example, this little 6x6, if that, crystal kit that I'm putting together has multiple colors: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 different colors. All these kits come with everything that you will need to do one of these arts. Now, there are upgrades of all of this stuff. Like, these are very low quality, I have to admit, and they will start to get flimsy and stuff like that. But again, at the craft store, like this little tray I'm showing you will come much bigger. There's this pen. There are multiple styles of these pens. There's even one with an end on it that'll pick up, if you have one line, it can pick up to, I believe, the one we washed, 5 beads at once and put them in place.
Whoops.
And
right.
And once again, and also these beads, they have a flat and a little rounded edge. And once you put them in these trays, and you just sort of shake them in that tray, you can see they're all coming out on the rounded side.
Oh, the rounded side at the top.
Yes.
You know what, Brian? I was at the market today, the Leduc market, and Ria, one of the vendors there, she actually does a lot of this diamond artwork. I looked at some of her stuff, and oh my gosh, that's amazing. But I actually saw she sells those, Brian. I almost bought one.
Yes.
I wish I would have. Because in this little tray that I have, they are not all right side up.
No.
One other thing, as I'm placing these blue ones, I remembered one of the ladies, I wish I knew who it was, say that she does her work so exactly that she looks through all her beads, all her diamonds. She looks through, what do they call them? Drills? I think so. She looks through each of like all the ones that she has in her container and picks out any bad ones. It's like, oh boy.
Yes, because some of them, like for example, like this in here, here's one that's broken.
Oh, you found one already.
It's actually broken, so you just set it aside. And some might have a little bit of a ripple, or a little
crack.
Just almost like I'll use crumb on top.
Oh.
Now, she also said just take these out and set them aside, but do not throw them away, because you might get stuck at the end of your design with not having enough, and you have no choice but to pick and use those, or at least the least. What you might think, again, more people are more pickier than others. For the average person, we'd probably never even see it in the first place. But again, there's that person that is very specific and they want it just perfect. I know it might be very hard to tell, but for example, there's the first line that I've accomplished.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, again, there's different ways. I did not do it the checker style.
Whereas, oh, that's a good idea to show the work, Brian. I was just going to show what, yeah, I'm not sure if that's noticeable, but I'm going the checker style, and now I'm filling in my lines. And I am just going to go turn off my phone again, because we don't want too many large videos, even though I will be, whoops. Oh, I see. Okay. So that's not going to work. Oh. The storage area is full again. I just worked on that. How is that possible? All right. So, Brian, do you remember when we were listening last night, several of the presenters talked about this being an addiction? Whoops. They talked about diamond art becoming an addiction.
Yes, and and as a lot of them said, there was one lady especially that said she has over 200. And where are they right now? Most of them are in her closet. She does have some hanging up, but it's just so much enjoyment, and takes away the stress. You're just sitting here. It's very, I shouldn't say easy, because some of the ones they were doing were just absolutely gorgeous pictures. And it wasn't a job that you sit down and do now and you're done in an hour.
Right.
It's almost like, putting a big jigsaw puzzle together. It definitely, you have to, it takes time. You have to have patience. But once you see it and when it's complete, you'll be so shocked that, hey, look what I just did. Look what I just accomplished. I can't believe I did it. But you can. I've had some diamond art. As soon as I saw what it even meant, bought and spent not lots of money, but money, and never did it. I never thought of looking on YouTube to see how it was done. I was totally shocked on how easy it was when I did see it on YouTube. I didn't even realize the patterns that you're using were actually sticky. For some reason, I thought the wax that you were using is what held down these little crystals. The wax is just there to help you pick up the crystal and put it on the sticky pad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I'm sure if I knew that, I would have kept the ones I did get rid of. And because just from what I've seen in this little one, I do have one left, a bigger one of a mountain scenery that I know that I will do now that I finally understand what it's all about.
So what I hear you saying is that as we are stepping out and doing these lives, and each week we try something new. Whoops, I don't know where that one went. We try something new. Those things that you've been dreaming of doing or wishing you would complete, you're finding out that the answers to some of the questions you've had, and you're able to actually do some of this art that you have wanted to do for years, right?
Most definitely.
Or?
And my sister, both my sisters back in Ontario, do it on a regular basis, and she did one for my brother for Christmas of the sports, the Detroit Red Wings, like the emblem. Like we're talking like a 20 by 24 inch piece of art, and it is just immaculate. I just it looks totally awesome.
I wonder if Brenda is watching us. Brenda, if you're watching us, here we are.
Very first time. Now that I know what I'm actually doing. The Michaels is going to like me because I'm definitely going to be shopping for get this little one done and move to the, well, I could basically call it intermediate, not seniors yet, not the super hard, but the next one would be intermediate.
Okay, I can see it.
And compared to regular art, or sorry, regular painting, as you can see, much more tidier. You very easy cleanup. All you need is a little space, little table, little desk, depending on the size of your piece. And with supervision, I'm sure like some of these, like these ones that we're working on, like for example, the one Martina's doing, I would say 6-7 years old and up, because you are working with very tiny beads and that, and you have to make sure that if you do spill them in that, and you have young children in the family, to be able to remove them.
The young children or these things?
The little beads.
Yeah.
Like so the little children can't get at them because the first reaction is, oh, look at that candy. Because that's what these little crystals look like what you get on a cupcake or little pastries. They look like little sugar candies. So that's the only thing you have to be very careful with.
Okay. Wow, I can see where this is going to be fun. I need to turn those blue ones around. They don't want to move. So we have a list of some must-haves that I'd like to just kind of run through. So of course, for us to be able to do diamond art, we need to have a painting kit, right? We want to, if we don't have the supplies, we can't do the art. That's number one. And so then we want to have this pen, like Brian already talked about, and we saw someone use tweezers. Now we don't have tweezers here because I don't know, I just didn't put any out for us. And but we did watch a video where this lady first set the checkerboard pattern, the first bunch of them, she put them in with a tweezer, and then the second bunch she used the pen with. So a tweezer is what you could use. Then number 3 is wax or gel pad. So that's this little thing here. And now, again, watching on YouTube, learning more about the kind of supplies that we need, right? This will last for a long time. There are many different types of waxes that you will learn about as you watch some of the YouTube videos. And yeah, any thoughts on what I'm saying, Brian?
No, everything is.
Okay.
But it looks like you're moving right along, and
I mean, my goodness, I think I do.
And it's very hard because I'm working on white right now, so I will start a little different color here. I'm just trying to match it up here now.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Well, this is definitely fun. If anybody
yes, very much so.
Watching, you have any questions, any comments, please let us know if you're watching live or if you're catching the replay.
Of course, we will not be able to finish this all while we're on, but once we have completed it, we will make sure that you see both projects.
That's true.
And how everything turned out.
Okay, so the 4th must-have. This is really interesting. Do you want to talk about the light pad, Brian? Remember what she was talking to us about?
Yes, there's also available. I did have one again, but got rid of it. There is a light pad out there specifically made to help you out with this diamond art, which you would just simply place it on the light pad, and it would help you out much more, especially if you're hard at seeing. The codes or the numbers in which color you're supposed to be placing there.
So we don't have it. Again, this is our first time, and we're just trying to figure out, do we actually like doing this? Is this something we would want to do on a more regular basis? And of course, if we do, then we could invest in more of the tools that are recommended.
But she also said not to panic. When you do use a light, the colors that are on your actual pattern will show up different only when you're using the light. But once you're totally completed and you're off the light, it will show the natural color that it should show.
Anything else you can think about that we learned regarding the light?
No, that's the lighting. Like again, I didn't, as you can see, but as I mentioned at the beginning, even before you start, it's recommended that you get the storage for the little containers, which there's different ones out there.
Like this one?
There's a little one like that one there.
I think you got that for yourself, but then gave it to me.
Like I definitely will be getting some small ones like that. Now, if you were doing a bigger project, the This one might be too small for the amount of beads, or you just use 2 of them for the same color. There's carrying cases out there. There are many different styles, and even all you do is mark the top. Even a pill bottle, empty pill bottle will work.
Right.
It all comes down to, as even like Dave said, how much do you want to spend? It can be a very low fun craft to do, or like any other thing. You can buy much better quality, this and this and this.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, what I see is what they give you in a kit. It works fine.
Yeah, I'm motoring right along here.
Now, another thing, once you're done, there's a special one, a little one. You can purchase a little roller. And that will, once you've completed your artwork, you just simply nicely roll over top, and that will give you a good bond with the stickiness on your artwork.
You know what? We have a roller in the in Kingsley's Play-Doh thing.
Yep, like there's different methods.
Yeah. Of course, we have a kitchen roller as well.
Yep.
The rolling pin. You can use that.
And then I'm not sure if everybody does it, but the next stage, when you're completely finished and after rolling it, you can actually seal it with a sealer or like a Mod Podge.
Mm-hmm.
And that will keep everything, basically almost guaranteed it will keep it together. Like I don't know, over years, do they dry out the stickiness? I can't answer that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that they're, like I say, when you're all complete, it's a sealer. We've talked about like just a comfortable place to sit down on the table, a little desk, have the proper lighting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And that will definitely help you out. I find even like I do a lot of pearl art, and once it gets dark, even though you have lights on in the house, it becomes a little bit trickier because you get a shadow and you cannot see quite as well. So again, depending on your eyesight, I find it much easier to do during the day.
Mm.
That does not mean that, of course, like you can't do it at night if you have the proper lighting.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the last but not least, enjoy what you're doing and just have your patience, and you'll be surprised. Like again, I am already, and I've only placed maybe 40 crystals. Like how fun and relaxing it is. It takes your mind off everything else, what you're doing, and it's just very, very enjoyable.
Okay. Yeah, I got this much done. So is there anything else? Yes, I think we can talk about, so Brian, you talked about Mod Podge and sealer. Definitely, we want to seal it. And what the ladies, we didn't listen to a guy, we were all ladies. The reason they said is to prevent dust from getting into the spaces in between the diamonds. And also for putting our projects behind the frame. Okay, so I have, for this little one here, I'm not sure I'm actually going to use this, but Brian has a perfect frame there for his. It's made for a 2020. But what I thought is to, I will definitely put a different piece of paper, a different color. I may paint the background to kind of match this project that I'm working on. And then I could give it away to one of the grandchildren. So Brian, you have a very nice frame there that you found somewhere. You picked it up.
Yes, Lynn.
And it's 2020, and this is 2020 as well.
Yes. It will just simply fit in this one here. Sorry.
Yeah, perfect. And to cover the white canvas that it does not have crystals or diamonds on it, we have here some options. This may actually not be the color that goes with Brian, so we may need to invest in a different color. But this kind of material, the ribbon material, right?
Ribbon.
We will just put it around the side. We would either glue it on or tape it on, or this can actually be painted. And then you would just use with masking tape, make sure to cover the sides and paint your canvas in whichever color you think would fit. There are different types of ribbon. Of course, we only have 2 out here. But so yes, you can have complete your project in many different ways. And like Brian said, we will show our completed projects on Facebook. And when I do the YouTube video, I will add, I have to figure out how to do it, but I will add the complete pictures of our projects in the YouTube video. So anything else we want to add, Brian?
No, I think we've covered everything. Now, if there is any questions, by all means, please just let us know. We're glad once again, that you joined in, and hope that you picked up a little bit of as much as we know about it, and that you might give it a try. Like, there's many little kits out there, like I said, for beginner. Don't invest too much, because like to say, you might not even enjoy it or like it. Just go out and buy they're like $5 kit, and say, hey, I'm going to finish this project, and I really want to move up to the next challenge, because there is definitely some beautiful pictures out there, and they come in everything. Like if sports, musical, nature, like, they're out there. And once they're done, like I say, I've seen many of what my family have done, and they're just absolutely phenomenal. So for myself, I'd like to just say bye for now, and I will see you next week on a different project. We're not sure again what it might be, but we will definitely come up with something.
And that we will. Goodbye for now. See you next week.